We ask everybody that comes on the show, because to get to data centers or critical infrastructure usually is an unlikely path. And I got to believe public service is similar. So before we dive into AI and energy, how did you get into public service, starting there in North Dakota and now in Congress?
Well, obviously, this was not a path that for me, it wasn't something that I chose. It sort of chose me, I think. I was in college and studied journalism
Mm.
and was just about ready to work for a newspaper. Times were tough. There weren't very many jobs. I had an internship. I got offered a full-time job someplace else in public relations. So then I took my first curveball in my career. Then shortly thereafter, I was working actually out in Washington, D.C.
Mm.
At a university, and the governor of our state tracked me down and his through his chief of staff and invited me to be his communications director. We had crossed paths on some previous project, and I guess he liked my work and he offered me a job to be his communications director and move back to North Dakota, which I chose to do. And then in that process, realized I really love public policy
Mm.
and came to appreciate how much it impacts people. So I worked for 7 years for him. He was a very amazing leader. And so it was a wonderful experience. Then after that, I thought I need to work in the private sector for a bit. So I had my own business for 10 years, a consulting business, did a lot of communications, marketing, just a lobbying, all kinds of different things.
Hmm.
And then after that, I kind of missed it. I missed public policy. I missed the meaning in work and it having kind of a bigger purpose. And so
Hmm.
I raised my hand when Senator John Hoeven was elected to the Senate, said, hey, I'd be interested in getting back into public service. They hired me as their state director. And then after that, an opening came open at the Public Service Commission in my state. I thought I'd been working for people for a while. Maybe I should try to do this public service thing on my own. And so I raised my hand for that and got appointed and then was elected 3 times statewide and served for 12 years in that role. That really is where I cut my teeth in the energy policy issue. Fascinating industry that I'm excited to talk about. And
Hmm.
then from there, it seemed a logical step to raise my hand one more time and run for Congress and see what kind of a difference I could make on the Hill with my energy experience. So that's what led me here. And I'm really honored and super excited to be here at this time, at these moments where we're dealing with so many consequential issues and so many important energy related issues. I'm excited to be here and put my expertise to work.